Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jayden, and today I will bring you guys another project in the west side of Singapore, the Arden. Right, this development has been long overdue, situated in District 23, and is finally having its preview on the 29th of July this coming weekend. And today I actually have a repeated guest, John, with me to share with you guys about the development. So let's welcome John again.
Hello, hi, my name is John.
Okay, cool. Right. So, John, let's cut to the chase and share some in-depth about the development and some of the unique features of the Arden, and why was there a delay in launching of the Arden? Yeah.
Okay, so for this piece of land, right, with those people who are familiar, right, it's a small piece of land near to Bukit Panjang MRT and just right next to Phoenix LRT station. This piece of land was actually acquired by Qingjian. The developer is Qingjian. So the reason why it was being delayed is because there were three pieces of adjacent remnant land that they were having some issues with the authorities to so-called properly buy over. So that is the reason why it was being delayed. In fact, this project was supposed to be launched Q1 last year, 2022. So you see the delay is until now. Yeah. And for this particular project, right, because of the fact that last time when Qingjian bought this piece of land, right, was few years ago prices.
Yeah.
So in fact, this is the so-called rare opportunity whereby
Full price tag.
yes, probably the lowest price project in the whole of 2023, starting from 1,007 XX per square feet. Wow, so it's going to be, people is going to be very excited to find out more about this particular unit, how at this particular project, how it's going to be ideal for their families or investment.
Okay. So, what are some of the infos or facts about the Arden? Like, okay, so developer we know it's Qingjian already. So, how many blocks, how many unit, the ceiling type, the car park ratio, the unit type, and the expected TOP. Since the delay, I'm not sure like is the TOP date gonna be later lah. So maybe you can just share with the viewers.
Sure. So for this piece of land, right, it is three blocks of 5 stories high, 105 units from 2 bedroom to 4 bedroom study. So we have three plus study, 4 and 4 plus study. So over here we do not have any 1 bedder. The smallest starts from 2 bedder. And our TOP date, because of the delay and all that, right, is only going to be Q3 of 2027 as well. So it's going to be maybe about September 2027. But good news, the developer has already confirmed the 99-year lease start date, right, starts from July 2023. Which means even though they bought this piece of land quite a few years back, right, the 99 years don't start from the last few years, like it starts from this year.
So they actually top back the list up to 99 from this year.
Yeah, I think there were some arrangements with the government to make sure that the 99-year lease start from this year instead. And interestingly, for this particular project, all the units will be having a high ceiling height of 3.2 meter. So this is something that you probably have to come down to the show flat and experience it yourself, because typical HDB ceiling height is about 2.6. Yeah. Then a condo sometimes is a 2.8, 2.9. For this particular project, it is at 3.2 meter high. So you can really have the sense of vertical space.
So the void space is not chargeable.
It's not chargeable. So the developer, they only charge based on the land that you can stand on. Then for the penthouse, the so-called loft area, which is the area that's at your living room, that one is going to be at 4.6 meter high. So the penthouse, which is on the 5th floor, your ceiling height is 4.6 meter. Yeah, so that's something very interesting. And just to highlight again, in case some of you may scroll the video too long, I don't want to watch too long. Just to highlight, this show flat, right, will only be there for 1 month. Reason being, the developer needs to quickly build up this place really. So if you are really very keen to go and build the show flat, right, please contact one of us very quickly, because this show flat is only going to be there for 1 month. After that, they're going to demolish it really.
So the show flat is on the actual side?
Yes, show flat is on the actual side.
Oh, okay. So similarly, so some of you guys might already know, okay, so for the developer Qingjian, so for their BCA rating banding, they are actually band 1 developer.
Yes.
Yeah, so which means their quality of construction is really at a certain level one. Yeah, because some of you guys may feel that, oh, Qingjian is not very well received as compared to other big boys in the property market. But looking at their track record, they actually have 5 Band 1 rated development and 3 Band 2 rated development. So really, don't play.
Yeah.
Right.
So very interestingly for Qingjian, right, their very first project I was involved, I think is the River House.
Oh, River House.
River House in Punggol. So at that point of time when we were selling it, right, the customer asked, hey, who is this developer? Never heard of it. So we were also very scared. But back then, how we sell it is that developer is their first project. They also don't want to screw it up.
Yeah, that's true.
So luckily, River House, when we collect keys and all that, it turned out very well. In fact, if you are looking at most of the ECs in the Punggol area or Sengkang area, a lot of them were actually gotten by Qingjian. And if you have any of your friends staying in Qingjian project, go and visit. You can see the quality of their projects is very okay. You don't have much complaints, I would say. And of course, for Qingjian, when they got this piece of land, right, it is seated slightly on elevated ground. So just a little bit interesting fact about the name Arden. So people say, hey, what is this Arden means? It's actually a Greek word that means rising above. So interesting. So got that a bit of few shock factor over there.
Right. Wow, talking about Greek, I get interested. Yeah. Okay, so of course, I think Qingjian, I think the most recent TOP project is Jadescape, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so actually for Jadescape wise, I've heard a lot of good feedback from the development itself. Like the quality finishing is very nice, the whole facade is very nice, the development is just super awesome. So I think we can actually give Arden a chance and actually visit the show flat and really see how beautiful the development is, lah. All right.
Just also to highlight for Qingjian, for this particular project, the Arden, right, the developer is really good, giving very good stuff. It's been a while. I've seen bedrooms, right? They give the flooring, Burmese thick parquet flooring.
Wow.
So it's very amazing. I was agents, we all visit many show flats and say, hey, wow, this one parquet flooring, a long time never see already.
Yeah, so not your typical vinyl, not your engineered timber and all this.
Yes.
Yeah, it's parquet.
Yeah,
Okay.
Burmese thick timber. So and then for the living room, they are giving porcelain tiles. It's quite nice also. This project, you really have to come down to the show flat and see it for yourself. The materials that the developer is giving, the 3x2 ceiling height, you really can have to come down and visualize it yourself. Yeah.
Seeing is believing.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to the next question. So maybe also you can tell us about the location and of this development lah. Similarly like the macro portion of the development.
Yeah. So this exact location, right, is just right next to Phoenix LRT station. So for people who are commuting, not by car, you can either, because there's bus stops on both sides as well, you can take one bus stop to Bukit Panjang MRT, or you can take the overhead bridge across and then go up to the Phoenix LRT, just one LRT station to Bukit Panjang MRT station. Or if you are not in a rush, you still can walk from your main entrance of the project towards Bukit Panjang MRT station, probably about 8 minutes walk there about.
Oh, okay. 8 minutes walk is actually not that far.
Correct. So it's still okay. It's just that depending on whether the weather condition and all that.
Yeah.
Then of course there's only 105 units in this particular project. So if you are one of the residents staying here, it will be a very exclusive kind of project whereby it's not those typical mega projects whereby you have a lot of residents. Then sometimes the facilities will be a little bit crowded lah. Yeah, so this one, if you really like the exclusiveness, you like boutique development, this is something that you can consider.
Right. So every time, so similarly, when we talk about new launches, we also want to know if there are any transformation in this area. So for the Arden, is there any like particular transformation that we can talk about?
Okay, so for the Arden, right, it's actually located in the northwestern part of Singapore. So if we want to talk about the northern part, probably it will be the Woodlands Regional. If you talk about the western part, probably it will be the Jurong Lake District Development and all that again. But interestingly, I want to highlight something that not many people know, that for Bukit Panjang MRT station, right, it's already confirmed that there will be a further extension upwards and northwards, going to link up to this new station called Sungai Gadok MRT station. So in terms of connectivity, right, it's really confirmed, it's in the news. There will be a downtown line upwards and northward extension linking to this new Sungai Gadok MRT station. Sungai Gadok MRT station is going to be in between UT MRT and Kranji MRT. Then, and talking about Sungai Gadok, people thought, hey, there's nothing there, right? What's so interesting about that? But government has also confirmed that that area, right, is going to be zoned for
food,
correct,
food related,
agri-food technology or something. So that whole area, right, is going to be, they call it the agri-eco development or something. So that piece of area is also in the pipeline that will create a lot of high-tech jobs and industries that's coming over there as well. So that will be the nearest immediate transformation that we'll be expecting that's coming up in the northeastern part of Singapore.
Northwestern,
northwestern part of Singapore. Yes.
Okay, cool. So so for primary school wise, are there any primary school that is within that 1 kilometer radius?
Okay, so where Arden is situated, there are two primary schools that are confirmed within 1 click, which is the Teck Whye Primary as well as the Bukit View Primary. Between 1 km to 2 km, there will be a lot more options as like the popular one, for example, Sabi Primary, Choa Chu Kang Primary, and Zhenhua Primary. So for Arden, confirmed will be these two schools, which is Bukit View as well as Teck Whye Primary.
Okay, cool. So can you also walk us through like some of the unique features of the Arden that is within like the development? Like so now we know it's a 5-story, 3 blocks, 105 unit. So what are the other features? Like maybe
what's so interesting about Arden?
Facilities or whatsoever.
So when we always talk about boutique development, some people when they go and visit maybe their friends staying in boutique development, they were scared that nothing much for the facility. Maybe the pool also not like pool, the gym also not like gym. So we're also very scared. This boutique development will it have this kind of issue? But in fact, the developer actually designed it quite nicely. Between these 3 blocks, right, they spaced out the pool area, the gym area, as well as a 2 function room, and in fact one more small play area there's one playground, outdoor playground over there as well. So to me, the developer has managed to put in the basic facilities of what a condo should have, which is a 30-meter lap pool, a gym, barbecue pit, a children playground, and you also have the cyclic access for pedestrian. So I think you can just think of it like a mini condo, so to speak. Yeah.
Okay, I think 30-meter lap pool is not that bad because I've seen some projects that the swimming pool is underground. It's not, not underground, indoor. Then only got 1 lane. Then like 15, 20 meters. Like you want to swim, don't know how many laps.
Correct.
To actually count the number of distance.
Count properly. You miss count.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. So far, how is the consumer response like when you are approaching like people on the streets or I don't know opinions from agents or anything that you hear from the ground?
Okay, so for Arden, right, for us agents, we've been talking about it for the longest time. When is it going to launch? How come the developer got this delay? So after knowing that it's because of the remnant lands, then we know that Arden is finally coming. Of course, some of the other buyers who came in, who reached out to us, we reached out to them earlier point of the year, right, like 2021, 2022, we'll be reaching out. Some of them, they can't wait, no choice, they go and buy something else.
Maybe the reserve, the miss.
Yeah, correct. The projects that was subsequently launched. So for the Arden, for those who really say that, I only want this piece of project. Finally, hopefully your patience has paid off, that it is really coming soon. And for people who we have reached out for the Arden, right, those people who are very familiar with this piece of project, right, they like the quiet and exclusive nature of this piece of land, because on the eastern part of this piece of land, right, it is a 3-story landed zoning area. So it feels like you are staying in a very nice private enclave. Even though the area, right, opposite of you, there's a lot of HDBs and all that, but in that Phoenix Road vicinity, right, it's like a private enclave on its own. So you don't feel that congested, and you can feel very quiet and very peaceful staying over there. Yeah.
All right. So on to the next question. I think it's also one of the popular ones, So what are the potential of this development? So similarly, like the comparative market analysis.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will want to use probably Houston. Houston, the project is just beside us. Houston is a proper condo project whereby they have very tall twin tower and all that. So for Houston, right, they are already selling at the high of 1,003 per square feet. right? So for Houston, it was launched back in 2012 as well. So it's almost like a 10-year-old project as well already. So for Arden itself, it is a very small project. It's a boutique development that we always say. We can also use another project that was recently sold as well called the Phoenix Residences, which is actually just higher up. If you understand this piece of land, right, it's elevated ground. So for people who really don't want to run up or the hill, or very tiring, up to the hill. Sure. So Phoenix Residences is on a higher ground. So which means that your day-to-day commute, if you don't drive, it's going to be more tiring. So for Arden, it's on a lower ground, but it's still elevated from the ground level. That piece of project, right, it will be more ideal for people who are looking at homestay. Then for Phoenix Residences, right, they were already selling at a high of 1,500 per square feet. And the project is already fully sold. Phoenix Residences is also a small project. I think 75 or 78 units only. So it's already fully sold, which means to say that there is demand over there as well.
Yeah. Okay. So Phoenix Residences was launched at 1,300, now selling at 1,500.
I think selling at about average of 1,500 per square feet.
Okay, so that means there are units that are way higher than 1,500. So I think for a 10-year-old project comparing to a new development that I think 200 per square foot PSF gap, I think is still a very reasonable amount. So I don't think I think Arden is priced correctly in a way also. But of course, because we're also talking about old price tag. Yeah, but not forgetting that the developer actually top up the lease back to 99, so that actually add into the cost, right? So so for that. So for that particular area, are there any more government land sales
coming up in the nearby vicinity, right?
All right.
For where Arden is in District 23, we are looking at the next half of this year or even to the early part of 2024, right? In District 23, after Arden, probably no more private condo already. After that, no more already. Probably it will be one more at the EC, Bukit Batok. That one is EC lah, beside the
You're talking about Altura or
beside Altura.
the plot after Altura?
The plot after Altura. That one is by CDL. Probably end of next year, end of this year, they'll be launching. Then after that, the whole of District 23, no more projects coming up really. I think no more projects coming up really.
It means if you're talking about District 23, the newer one will be like Din 3, View at Kismis.
That will be zoning under District 21, Upper Bukit Timah.
They are under the Bukit Timah.
Okay. Hillview area. That side, we know the Beauty World Reserve, all that one, there's a lot of hype. So that area has a lot of upcoming transformation as well. So District 23, you somewhat have a best of both worlds. If you like something that is a little bit not so pricey in terms of the overall affordability, and you still value space. One thing good about this project is that the layout is all very spacious. It's not like those 2-bedroom 500 plus square feet. The 2-bedroom 600 square feet one over here.
Too compact lah.
Yeah, so over here is very good size. It's very ideal for people who are buying it for own stay, and developer really give very good finishing for this project.
Okay, so since we are talking about like the size, the unit type, all these kind of things, so in terms of the floor plan wise, what are the show unit types in the
show flat?
Yeah, show flat, yeah.
Okay, so for the show flat right now, we are showcasing the 4-bedder as well as the 2-bed premium. So that means the 2-bed, 2-bath as well as the 4-bedder over there that we are showcasing. So the developer will also want to showcase how their 2-bed, 2-bath is like when for people who are maybe young families or maybe just a couple staying, then you can really kind of feel how spacious the layout is like for yourself to stay in. When I first stepped into the show flat, I thought it was kind of small. Then until I went into the mock-up unit, the show flat unit, I said, wow, the ceiling height really very high. Then you can really feel that sense of airspace that you're getting. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you can also share with us like which layout do you find most appealing also?
So for the 3-bedders over here, right, we have the 3-bedroom classic and the 3-bedroom plus study. So Qingjian, right, they have this concept called the co-space. The co-space, right, it's a space just beside the living room, which is of flexible use. That means you can convert it to a study space, or if you don't want to, you can just remove the wall in between and make it into a giant living room. So this kind of cold space layout, right, is very ideal for people who wants that flexibility of the additional study space in the future, right?
So this is the 3 plus study layout that you're talking about.
Yes, correct. So the 3 plus study, the cold space layout is at 1109 square feet. Yeah, and there's 15 units of them. Yeah.
Okay. So just now we also talk about like the price range to be probably about 1007 XX. So that is the starting from price for all the units, or what are the PSF range or quantum for various bedroom types?
As of now, we really don't have the official developer price guide out yet as the point of this video recording, but a developer has really confirmed that they are going to launch the project at 17XX per square feet onwards.
Okay.
So because this is a 5 story development, so I'm guessing that the first story will be the lowest price at 1007XX. So overall, on the average, developer could be looking at low 1008 thereabout.
Maybe every $25 per floor jump per PSF,
Yeah,
or
per PSF, yeah.
$50 PSF per floor
Correct.
jump.
Then of course the penthouse, the most expensive.
Yeah. So so penthouse is on every top floor.
Yes, all the fifth floor will be the penthouse.
Okay.
Yeah, then whereby you have the 4.6 ceiling height at the living area.
Okay. But for the room size, for the other rooms, kitchen and all this is still 3.2.
Yeah, correct. You still be at 3.2.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So of course, I think before we end off this new launch review, also, this is the typical question that I usually ask my guests lah. So, what do you like or don't like about the project?
Okay, for Arden, people who don't like to be in the boutique development, then probably this project is not for you. If you want something that has a lot of facilities, like you enjoy big land space, then probably Arden is not suitable for you, because the total square feet this project is sitting on is 63,000. So yeah, it's a small land plot lah. So if you are talking about people who uh, prioritize privacy, prioritize exclusivity, then yes, boutique development is something for you. Yeah. Then in terms of connectivity wise, just a slight minor dislike that you will have to cross the road if you are going, depending on which area you're going. That area, right, is quite that road, right, is quite a heavily used road. So that makes it difficult for LTA to plan a traffic light. So no matter what, you have to use the overhead bridge. Yeah, so that is somewhat like a minor dislike about that locale. Yeah. Other than that, overall, I think developer is okay. The size, the layout, the overall design of the project is quite nice also. Yeah.
Okay, I think ultimately when we come to seeing a new show flat or whatsoever, I think the key thing is always to come down to the show flat to have a feel of the location first before anything, because sometimes seeing is believing lah.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you may feel that maybe I don't like or whatsoever before even viewing the show flat, but when you go see the show flat, then you see wow, the layout is actually very impressive. And it's actually very appealing. It's actually quite suitable to our own family needs. I think that is more important lah, right?
Yes. For those people who are especially buying for own stay, give this a chance to come down and take a look, because if let's say you are going for the more popular condos out there, yes, you have like 500 over units, 1,000 over units, you have a lot of facilities and all that, but main thing I always share with people is that your priority is to have own stay for your family, which means the internal layout. So if the internal layout is very functional, very spacious for your family, then you can no harm coming down to take a look at Arden if this is something that you are considering as well, because space is something that you really have to come down in person to feel it yourself. Yeah.
All right, so I think that's also pretty much it for today's video. So once again, thanks John for actually sharing about the Arden with us. And of course, if you are keen to take a look at the development, see how impressive the high ceiling is and all these kind of things, and have yet to actually book an appointment to the show flat, our link in our social, there's in the link for our socials is in the description section down below. So feel free to contact us via WhatsApp. and so that we can actually arrange an appointment for you. Right. So of course, if you wish to understand your financial eligibility, feel free to reach out to me at 97999303. And if you like this video and would like to find out more about property related information, do help me like, share, and subscribe to my channel. That will really help me a lot. And if not, see you in my next review. Bye.